Hello guys, welcome back to our Anime Explainer. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Swallowed Star based on novel. So let's start. Above the Pacific Ocean, Luo Feng raised his head to see the universe ship in mid-air disappear into the borders of the sky. It's time to truly battle it out at least once. Those scum from the Nwolan Shan family, they really think of Earth as their backyard, playing with whatever they want. Luo Feng floated in mid-air, gazing far at the direction of South America, smiling coldly before plunging straight into the ocean below. With a splash and ripples of waves splashing about, Luo Feng entered towards the seabed. Luo Feng's internal world. The large land enshrouded in golden mist, the golden horned beast that was originally occupying the metal land suddenly disappeared. At the same time, a human male appeared within. According to theory, within this internal world, whether it was metal or human flesh and blood, the moment they entered, they would immediately be broken down and killed. Back when the golden horned beast attacked, that was how it swallowed the battle bases. This level of decomposition power was a natural ability from the internal world. When Luo Feng appeared, the energy actually reacted as though it had discovered its own child, wrapping itself around Luo Feng, not hurting him at all. Luo Feng, later, just go ahead and kill to your heart's content. When I created the auxiliary AI to meld into that ship, I already linked it to the Earth satellite network. Any footage or pictures of this entire sea's happenings will immediately be deleted. Relax, no one will discover you. To chase and slaughter. The extremely enraged Nwolan Shan family little elite team had been madly pursuing Luo Feng's 8-star level 9 slaves. Their bloodthirsty close-quarter fight extended to tens of thousands of kilometers. However, their speeds were simply too fast. Every second equated to 50 kilometers. After a few minutes of work, they had rushed over from South America to where Luo Feng had concealed himself. Chase him down and kill him. They had the numbers, successfully killing one of the enemy's star level 9 warriors, while losing themselves a star level 8. Not one of you is escaping. Tuo Lei Wu's eyes glared. 15-star level 9 warriors were chasing down 7-star level 9 warriors. The star level 9 warriors were flying far ahead, while the 18-star level 8 warriors were obviously slower by quite a bit. The 26-star level 7 warriors were even further behind. And just when Tuo Lei Wu and a group of the star level 9 warriors just flew over from that side of the ocean, the originally peaceful ocean suddenly erupted and burst open, almost as though an enormous black creature was rising from the seabed, gradually, revealing its sharp blades, silhouette that was just like a huge mountain. Look, what's that? The 18-star level 8 warriors caught up from behind. They were extremely vigilant. Such an enormous figure caused so much commotion. How could they not discover it? Why do I feel that it resembles the swallowing beast from the data? A group of members looked carefully. Swallowing beast. Quickly look. It truly looks like it. It's indeed similar. The scales on its back even have golden engravings. Its head is about to surface. The swallowing beast was incredibly important, compared to chasing down those star level 9 warriors before. That didn't have any meaning anymore. At this time, a group from behind, the 26-star level 7 warriors finally caught up. Under the careful scrutiny of the Nwolan Shan family's elite little team, who were floating in mid-air, among the lashing of waves, an incredible enormous head, just its head alone was over 100 m huge, meaning to say, one head alone was bigger than Earth's normal high school's football fields. The huge and vast back was just like a mountain. Incomparably huge. However, this group of elite members, who were from the universe, having experienced much and seen extensively, were all very calm. A pair of huge dark golden pupils. Almost as though it were the eyes of heaven and earth. Ice cold, brutal and savage, swallowing beast. One member from the group shouted loudly, "It's the swallowing beast." That's it, the Nwolan Shan family's elite group of members, none of them were feeling fear, rather, they all shouted in excitement, "Quickly inform the captain. Quickly. This is too good, this swallowing beast is actually still alive." Tuo Lei Wu and the other 15 Nwolan Shan guards were still engaged in chasing. "Quickly, capture it." Tuo Lei Wu raged, "Everybody, stop chasing, quickly, follow me." Tuo Lei Wu informed the other 14 members through the AI computer with the video, giving the order. There were some who were still curious as to why they were stopping, however after seeing the footage, they all grew excited and began to shout, incomparably excited as they turned and flew back. The air above the ocean, capture it. Capture it alive. The 18-star level 8 and 26-star level 7 warriors, the group members were extremely excited. The golden horned beast that gradually surfaced looked above and surveyed the fastest and the ones in front, the group of star level 8 warriors, its eyes filled with a thread of killing intent. A scale tail that shook the earth moved at a shocking speed, sweeping past the air, towards the 18 star level 8 warriors, 9 of which were hit by it. The first 5 who were immediately and directly hit by the tail were instantly split apart, fresh blood scattering with limbs flung all over. The remaining 4 were either crippled or heavily damaged. Don't use force to fight with it, use skill. Its body is huge, within a small space, it won't be able to react as quickly as humans. The other members were terrified to the point of sweating cold sweat, each becoming like thunder snakes with movements that were hard to trace and capture. Claws. Horns. Tail. Wings, hula. The golden horned beast, whose speed was exploding, with a wave of its huge wings, its wings were totally covered in scales, at its sides were the incredibly sharp and piercing scales. When the beast's speed exploded, and its wings waved madly, those brushed by the enormous wings were immediately cut into 3 chunks. Its scales' defenses are 2, a member shouted out loudly, his body instantly slashed into chunks by the sharp and incredibly fast claws. Fresh blood flew all over. Escape. It's too strong, with a tail length comparable to its entire body, the scale tail fiercely swung, just like a whip suddenly brushing past 3 members, slicing them open alive. Against over 10 star level 9 warriors would be somewhat troublesome, however against star level 8 and 7 warriors, for the golden horned beast that had already reached star level 7 was simply just a massacre. Its 4 claws were recklessly clawing about. Its 2 wings madly waving, it was just like 2 overcast clouds engulfing everything. The most extreme waving and fastest was still the tail. At this time, 18 star level 8 warriors were all killed. Yes, the golden horned beast purposefully aimed to kill all the star level 8 warriors. Escape. Escape. Quickly escape. The star level 7 warriors were all distressed and frantic. Swallowing beast. Ha ha, a living swallowing beast. Tuolei-wu, a Heman, a Buluot, the 3 captains were shouting out in excitement. The other members were also extremely excited. They were very clear on the rules of the Nwolan Shan family. The bigger the amount of work put in, naturally the bigger the reward. If they were to capture the swallowing beast alive, the reward would definitely be shocking. How could they not be excited? That's not right. Tuolei-wu suddenly stopped. A Heman, a Buluot, bring your men and chase the swallowing beast. I'll come over in a bit. Tuolei-wu ordered, relax. A Heman and a Buluot both brought the others and swiftly vanished into the distant boundaries of the sky. Tuolei-wu floated in mid-air, his consciousness immediately entering the virtual universe network, sending a message to his superior. Lord Pula, the golden horned beast isn't dead. It's still alive. And it's resurfaced on Earth. This is the footage taken from the other members. Simultaneously, he sent the footage along. After which, Tuolei-wu immediately left the virtual universe network, plop. Just as Tuolei-wu's body plunged into the ocean, creating waves that burst from the surface. As his physical body was in an unconsciousness state, it naturally fell straight into the ocean. Okay, I've informed the family. Now, Tuolei-wu burst out from the ocean and flew, licking his lips, both eyes gleaming green. It's time for me to work. Capturing the golden horned beast alive, Tuolei-wu became a beam of light and traveled at shocking speed, breaking through the air and chasing the others. At that time, Tuolei-wu saw, in front of him in mid-air was a group of Nwolan Shan guards dressed in battle uniforms, appearances different from each, all floating. What's the matter? Tuolei-wu raged, why aren't you chasing it? Captain. A Heman and a Buluot turned to look over, the swallowing beast in underwater. We can't even see it with our eyes. However, Captain, don't you think this place reeks of blood? Reeks of blood? Tuolei-wu sniffed. Star level 9 warriors, be it listening, or olfactory senses, they were all much more adept than ordinary people. Carefully sniffing, he could smell in the surrounding air the strong smell of blood. We tried contacting the other members, none of them answered. No answer at all. All the star level 8 and 7 warriors, they were all the same. About 2,000 meters below the surface. Almost like an enormous mountain, the golden horned beast lay on the seabed. Its body length was over 700 m, its scaled tail length was close to its body's length. That's right. Star level 7. Back when Luo Feng first left Earth to head to Dragon Star, the golden horned beast at the time was only a star level 4. According to the golden horned beast's regular training, the first 3 star levels added together was completed in a year and a half. The star level 4, 5 and 6, breaking through each level would require 2 years. Star level 7, 8, and 9, every level would require 12 years. For the star level to break through to the universe level 1, it would actually require over 50 years. Back when Luo Feng sold the arc cutter blade, and later spending up to $1 billion black dragon dollars to buy large amounts of metal groupings, his evolution efficiency rose to 51 times. After that time, Luo Feng remained on Earth and trained even more when the universe explorers came. 3 months later, the family fleet came, and later left due to the Empire laws, secretly leaving an elite group of members to work as space pirates and conduct their search. Another 6 or 7 days later, Luo Feng began his battle with the remaining elite group. This meant to say, Luo Feng's metal groupings that rose his evolution efficiency by 51 times had been in effect for about 4.5 months. 4.5 months, 51 times normal evolution speed, faster than the regular evolution by 19 years. The star levels 4 to 6 required 4 years. Levels 6 to 7 required 12 years. Hence, the Golden Horned Beast currently indeed had the power of a star level 7. If it were another 2 or 3 months later, the Golden Horned Beast's body would have been a star level 8. Star level 7 Golden Horned Beast. Just how strong was it? In the vast universe, large amounts of power nurturing the elites, overpowering 2 to 3 levels above, that was a very normal thing. And the Golden Horned Beast. If it was the same grade and level, the Golden Horned Beast could be deemed invincible. Only an extremely small percentage, or chance might appear, that someone of the same grade and level would be able to win over the absolute genius of the Golden Horned Beast. That would be an absolute monster of an existence. Back when the Golden Horned Beast was only at star level 1. Hong and Thunder God, who were both deemed invincible among the star travelers and had their own domains. When they first began their soul immolation, they actually couldn't even break through the Golden Horned Beast's scales. It was only finally after Hong, who had reached domain level 2, released his strongest technique before he managed to break through. It wasn't that star level 1 warriors were that powerful, it was the Golden Horned Beast itself that was insanely strong. Back when Luo Feng began his soul immolation, using the secret technique of the Yunmo planet, heavily wounding the Golden Horned Beast with his attack, he still had no way of breaking through the Golden Horned Beast's soul defenses. It was only because of the soul imprint his teacher left within him immolated and became his attack that finally led to him breaking through the Golden Horned Beast. The reason why it was so difficult back then was simply because the Golden Horned Beast was insanely powerful. Human geniuses from the universe, there exist star level 7 warriors who could kill star level 9 warriors in a one-on-one fight. A star level 7 Golden Horned Beast. Against the star level 7 humans, 99.99% of them could instantly be swallowed with the natural ability and killed. It was too simple. Against star level 8 humans, it was still a complete massacre with strength. When against star level 9 humans, it would still hold the advantage, able to kill 1 or 2 of them. However, against a group of human star level 9 warriors, it was indeed still troubling. The main important thing was, within this group of human star level 9 warriors, there were extremely strong warriors. Like Tuo Lei Wu, he alone was able to battle up to 10 normal star level 9 warriors. Same grade and level, their battle abilities were still vastly different. In the air above the ocean, listen to my orders. 3 little teams will attack simultaneously from 3 directions. I don't believe that a star level 7 swallowing beast, against 15 of us Nuolan Shan guards, will be able to win. Tuo Lei Wu's greenish eyes looked savage. Capture the swallowing beast alive. A Heman roared, yes, capture it alive. A Buluot shouted too, attack. Tuo Lei Wu's booming voice resounded. 3 little teams became like long-chained beams of light, plunging straight into the ocean. With a 2,000-meter distance, against this level of battle plan, it was indeed a joke, how the Golden Horned Beast, which was like a mountain, let out a cry of happiness, lifting its head. A huge pair of eyes looking at the 3 beams of light heading down towards the seabed from above. Its huge tail was like an enormous python, piercing through the ocean and immediately sweeping at one of the group of elites. Attack! This group of elites leader Heman roared out. At the time, ordinary weapon after weapon was brandished. They were extremely glaring, directed straight towards the tail which was sweeping towards them. The weapon Heman was using was only a level 1 normal energy weapon. Surround and attack. Tuo Lei Wu ordered, yes. Heman roared excitedly, kill. Buluot's eyes gleamed. Hong! 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 Chaos erupted within the blink of an eye. The three groups of Nuolan guards were madly surrounding the golden horned beast and attacking. The golden horned beast was indeed powerful. However, under the well-coordinated attacks of carefully and well-trained from the Nuolan Shan family as personally, the 15 Nuolan Shan guards made the golden horned beast do nothing but put up a struggle. It was completely disadvantaged. Howl. A loud mad voice roared. The golden engravings on the golden horned beast's black horns began to glow, incredibly glaring, and after, following the flow of the golden light, flowing through the golden engravings into its 4 claws, tail and wings. One of the 3 great natural abilities, strengthening. This bastard is playing with his life now. A he-man shouted, "Don't kill it, we need to capture it alive." Tuolei Wu shouted, its enormous claws fiercely stomped. The Buluot and his group of members madly brandished their weapons. Rumble. With that, the golden horned beast violently trampled on 3 energy weapons. The golden horned beast's enormous body that was like a mountain staggered, and a Buluot's team of 5 immediately separated after the attack. Amongst them 2 members shouted out in pain and spit out fresh blood. It's become so strong suddenly. It's too sick. A he-man and a Buluot stared wide-eyed, 2 levels below them, and it could actually fend off 5 human warriors. Captain. A he-man and a Buluot shouted. Every word they shouted, they relied on raw energy to transmit. The theory behind using raw energy, basic energy, to transmit sound was very simple. It was similar to putting the raw energy into the telephone line's communications, allowing the sound to swiftly travel to its desired location. This was a universe warriors commonly used trick. As for those with spirit energy, raw energy spirit readers, fighters, they all had their own unique ways and tricks. Transmitting sound with raw energy was just one of them. Begin. Tuolei Wu's eyes were filled with excitement. The pure and powerful energy of a star level flowed throughout his entire body, even through his hands and into that battle axe. Understood. A he-man and a Buluot too were getting excited. Yes. They begun their ultimate technique. It was extremely difficult for all 15 of the Nuolan Shan guards to fully coordinate and do a powerful combined attack. However, just the 3 Tuolei Wu, a he-man and a Buluot could work together to produce the best result, unleashing the strongest attack. And with our Buluot and a he-man's assistance, Tuolei Wu as the blade, they could unleash a devastating attack. 3 glaring beams of light combined into one. After, an even more glaring blurred image of a golden battle axe was slashing towards the golden horned beast. Fresh blood splattered, the scales on the claws had been slashed through, a large wound had appeared below the meat of the claws, almost as through the claw itself was slashed into 2. That bastard's scale defense is incredibly strong. Let's do it a few more times. We'll damage him enough before capturing him alive. Ha ha, let's do it. Tuolei Wu and the other captains were very excited. The 12 other Nuolan Shan guards further away were standing back watching the show. And the injured golden horned beast's eyes flickered with a chill. Its mouth opened once again. An object wrapped in an energy bubble flew out that was a knife blade from a damaged weapon. No, it was Luo Feng's strongest weapon, the hybrid copper essence shard. Under the effects of the natural ability of strengthening, with the power of the mysterious golden engravings amplifying its powers, whether it was speed or others etc., even its attacks with its soul had been greatly elevated. The strengthened golden horned beast coupled with the hybrid copper essence shard, just how powerful was it? The revolving hybrid copper essence danced around, just like a beam of light. In a flash, it swept past Tuolei Wu and the other 2 captains. That is, Tuolei Wu's eyes stared hard and wide. That blurry beam of light had already reached right before him. His hard and solid helmet was immediately sliced open. Following that, the 2 captains beside also had their heads sliced open, perishing immediately. They were dead. The 3 captains died in one move. This scene caused the distant 12 other Nuolan Shan guards to be completely shocked. My god. That's impossible. Quickly retreat. One of the Nuolan Shan guards turned to escape. The others were shaken back to reality. Without hesitation, they chose to disperse and escape. The golden horned beast vanished. A black-haired man dressed in a blood-red battle uniform appeared in mid-air. As the golden horned beast's enormous body had suddenly vanished, the surrounding large amounts of sea water began to madly rush back to fill the space. I would say the experiment could be considered a success. The golden horned beast's power. I finally have a good grasp of it within my mind. Under the effects of the strengthening coupled with the strongest weapon, the hybrid copper essence shard, it's indeed absurdly strong. Luo Feng thought about the many scenarios and ideas, before ordering with his mind, Barbata, when we return, let's camouflage and cover up the hybrid copper essence, make it unrecognizable as a hybrid copper essence. After finishing his order, Luo Feng, who was still deep underwater, gazed around at the surrounding bodies of the Nuolan Shan guards, his lips curling into a slight smile. Before the battle had even begun, the outcome had already been decided. Within the virtual universe, Pula was excitedly and respectfully standing in front of a screen. On it were the Nuolan Shan family's 3 original heads. The head ancestor Nuolan Shan, who was dressed in a dark green battle uniform, had flame of excitement within his eyes. It's alive. That golden horned beast infant is actually alive. You are sure? Yes, I am sure. This is the footage that Tuolei Wu and his party just sent. Please take a look, head ancestor. Pula replied loudly. The footage was played. Nuolan Shan and the other 2 heads stared hard. Yes, it's the golden horned beast, 2 horns. Looking at the length of the horns, it should be about star level 7. Nuolan Shan nodded. A star level 7 golden horned beast. 15 Nuolan Shan guards combining forces should definitely have the advantage. Head ancestor. Yuka and Juan, the other 2 heads, looked at the head ancestor. Juan couldn't help but say, do the Nuolan Shan guards have a chance of capturing it alive? There's hope. Nuolan Shan nodded, taking a deep breath. With loads of pressure, he was still feeling extreme excitement. Even a universe-level warrior would have difficulty handling the golden horned beast infant. But Nuolan Shan had his own safe methods. Immediately contact all the members on Earth. I would like to personally question them. Nuolan Shan said. Pula immediately began to contact the 60 members on Earth. Why isn't anyone answering? Even if they were engaged in battle with the golden horned beast, the star level 7 and 8 members shouldn't actually need to participate, right? Silence. The head ancestor Nuolan Shan snorted softly. Seconds passed, the 3 heads and Pula were all anxiously waiting. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The expression on the head ancestor's face gradually changed from holding back his excitement to creasing his eyebrows, and later grew uglier as time passed. It became ashen later on and finally expressionless. His eyes looked ready to devour anybody. Don't bother. They are dead. They are all dead. Nuolan Shan said. The other 2 heads and Pula's expressions were extremely ugly. Yes. They understood, those people were all dead. Pula's call request would never be ignored by those people. They wouldn't dare to not answer. Secondly, even if they were engaged in capturing the golden horned beast alive, the star level 7 and 8 members didn't need to participate in the battle at all, and they weren't even answering. This meant to say that the star level 7 and 8 members were all dead. As for the group of star level 9 Nuolan guards, even if they were engaged in battle, the battle between the strong usually was extremely short. Such a long time had passed without anyone answering. Obviously they were all dead. The plan they had this time had failed. Within the vast Black Dragon Mountain star field, amongst the over 500 countries, there was one elite, the Carlo Empire. This empire had a territory of 26 galaxies. One had to know, many smaller and weaker universe low-level empires only had 2 galaxies. The Silver Blue Empire was one of the bigger and stronger ones. Within the Carlo Empire, there was a well-renowned planet, the Ice Mist Star. The Ice Mist Star was the old nest of the Nuolan Shan family. Over 3,000 Nolan guards gathered there, along with 30,000 Ice Mist guards. The requirements to being accepted into the Ice Mist guards was, one had to reach the star level. Meaning to say, the entire planet had tens of thousands of star-level warriors. This level of power was simply terrifying. The Carlo Empire's 3rd family. To be deemed as the 3rd strongest, it wasn't just based on Nuolan Shan alone. No matter how powerful Nuolan Shan was, he after all was just one person. One had to rely on the large armies under him. To be directly above over 1,000 life planets, using star levels from his army, within the surrounding tens of thousands of life planets, the Nuolan Shan family's power was the strongest within that galaxy. Deep in the cave, dressed in a dark green battle uniform, a man whose entire body emanated a chilly air sat crossed-legged quietly on a black stone. Head ancestor. Teacher. The 2 bowed respectfully. Juan, by Carlo. The man sitting crossed-legged quietly opened his eyes, gazing at the 2. His gaze had a sense of gentleness. You 2 know the situation. Your target is Earth. The first target is that automaton ship. As for the golden horned beast infant, let's leave it to luck. Head ancestor, we still have some hope to capture that infant beast. Juan said. No, the head ancestor Nuolan Shan shook his head slightly. The golden horned beast's intellect is extremely high, it's very crafty, and after experiencing danger, there's a very high percentage chance that it'll leave Earth. It roams the universe, and you 2 will take at least 2 years to reach Earth. Without a target, how will you find it? How will you find a target within the universe? The two went silent. Go on. Bring the automaton ship back. As for the golden horned beast, let's leave it to luck. The head ancestor Nwolin Shan said, yes, head ancestor, teacher. The two universe-level warriors complied respectfully. Within the virtual universe, in a corner of a noisy bar, Luo Feng sat with his eyes closed. Luo Feng, I've already made the order. I've ordered a large batch of items with regards to planet security and defenses, defensive satellites etc. When the time comes, the entire solar system area will become an extremely secure and tight security system. If those universe ships ever appear within the solar system, we'd definitely discover them immediately. Hearing those words from Barbata, Luo Feng was satisfied. The crisis this time was finally averted. From Shushin and the others being held hostage, he knew that this batch of people had an initial number of 84 captains. One of the teams had left and headed towards the coordinates within the universe as Luo Feng had suggested. The other three groups were killed by Luo Feng. As for the remaining one team, Luo Feng didn't think of them as a threat. However, he didn't dare be careless. Earth had already suffered enough for its inferior technology. Hence, Luo Feng wanted to buy an entire set of planet defense systems. These sort of things were extremely expensive. Normal planets within the universe usually only installed low-grade planet defense systems, while Luo Feng picked the highest grade. It was to be installed over the entire solar system. The entire solar system would be under surveillance. This was something akin to what the Black Dragon Mountain Empire would do. Those ship camouflaging systems etc. wouldn't even be able to hide themselves, and would be totally visible. Also, I would like to install several security surveillance systems around that wormhole. The moment a ship flies through the wormhole, I would like to know as quickly as possible. Luo Feng said, the Nwolin Shan family probably wouldn't give up. Relax, I've thought about it long ago. Barbata shouted. Everything was adequately prepared. Third brother. Third brother. Hong and Thunder God entered the bar, walking immediately towards Luo Feng. Before, the two had already been informed by Luo Feng. They knew of the crisis being averted and the meeting time and place Luo Feng had arranged. Luo Feng looked up and got a shock. His two big brothers felt somewhat different from before. Where have you two gone? You feel somewhat different from before. Luo Feng was suspicious. Ha ha, I've said it, third brother is very sensitive, he would definitely be aware of it. Thunder God laughed. I even thought that my feeling was wrong. Luo Feng looked curiously at the two. Right, we went to a very special place. Hong laughed too. What place? Luo Feng was curious. Hong and Thunder God glanced at each other. Stop keeping me in suspense. Luo Feng couldn't help but urge. Hong smiled, saying one syllable at a time. Slaughterhouse. Luo Feng creased his eyebrows suspiciously, muttering to himself, slaughterhouse. The killing fields, just what kind of place is it? Luo Feng asked. It's a good place. Thunder God purposely acted all mysterious. After visiting just once, you'd be hooked on it. Hong also chimed in, not revealing any details. A clear crisp voice sounded, the killing fields is a special training ground for fighters and spirit readers. In there, whatever opponent you wish to face, they can make it possible. Group fights. 1 vs 1. Battling against a sector lord. The killing fields can fulfill your every whim. Of course the daily usage fee is extremely high. Luo Feng, Hong and Thunder God turned their heads. The one who spoke was Barbata, who was on Luo Feng's shoulder. Luo Feng. The voice resounded in Luo Feng's mind. The killing fields is also within my plan for your training. I actually wanted to tell you about it the moment you acquired your teacher's bank account. However, you got so caught up in dealing with the Nwolin Shan family fleet, and didn't have any time to actually visit the killing fields. Go now, it's a pretty good spot. To be complimented by Barbata as pretty good, let's go, we'll go take a look now. Luo Feng couldn't resist anymore. I just knew third brother wouldn't be able to wait any longer. Thunder God lifted his drink and gulped it down. The three settled the bill and immediately left the bar. The Black Dragon Mountain Island within the virtual universe was extremely vast, hence, the island's internal department had set up transport pathways for travel. According to the distance required, one had to pay different amounts. Travel within the island itself wasn't expensive. However, if one wanted to travel from the Black Dragon Mountain Island to the Ganwu Empire, the price was shocking. Black Dragon Mountain Island, killing fields, wow. Almost like an overflowing sea of blood, the background's one drop of blood was the most eye-catching. the entire hall was engulfed within this background. The hall was vast, stretching beyond what one could see with one look. The people within the hall seemed sparse, however that was only because the hall itself was similar in size to that of a city, hence, the total number of people within should still have been in the tens of thousands. In the killing fields, the fees are expensive. For someone like me, one day would require 1 million black dragon dollars, or 700 Ganwi dollars. Hong said softly, that expensive? Luo Feng was shocked. For an ordinary planet like Bailan Star, the wealthiest person usually only has about 100 million black dragon dollars. That meant to say that these planets' wealthiest didn't have the funds to allow their own children to train in the killing fields. After all, 100 million black dragon dollars was only sufficient for 100 days of use. It wasn't surprising that there wasn't a large number of people in here. 3-Road brother, you are a star level 1, the price is even higher. Hong said softly, right, and spirit readers are even more expensive than fighters. Thunder God said beside, I require 2 million black dragon dollars a day. You as a spirit reader, I've checked, would require 5 million black dragon dollars, or 3,500 Ganwu dollars. That's too crazy. Luo Feng was completely stunned. Also, the higher up to rise, the stronger you get, the price per day would also get increasingly shocking. Thunder God said softly. If a sector Lord Warrior came in here, the amount of money required per day, I believe to us would be a heavenly figure. At the edge of the hall, there were many pathways. Every path that you take will bring you directly into your own personal killing field space. Thunder God said softly, whatever enemy you wish to customize, go ahead and do it. From here, we cannot follow you anymore. Hong laughed. Luo Feng nodded. During the time of their conversation, Luo Feng had seen many people follow the pathways deep within. Amongst them were many universe mercenaries. Luo Feng had even spotted one universe, 2-star mercenary. This was indeed a rare spotting on a place like Black Dragon Mountain Island. However, here in the killing fields, it seemed a frequent occurrence. Also, have you seen that old man over there? Thunder God said softly. Luo Feng turned to look. There was indeed a green-skinned, head-riddled with wrinkles old man. He was squinting his eyes sitting on a chair, relaxed and comfortable. Beside him were a few other people resting, but no one actually dared to disturb that man. From an Earth human's point of view, this man's appearance was an eyesore. However, he had a mysterious feeling that soothed and calmed others. His called man Luo, the man in charge of the killing fields on Black Dragon Mountain Island Division. Thunder God said softly, we got to watch a good show before. This old man was lashing out and lecturing 2 universe mercenaries, and the 2 mercenaries didn't even dare to rebut him. As he walked, the space around him changed greatly suddenly. This was the vast and spacious skies. Luo Feng was standing on a stone. A golden book appeared within his hands. The book seemed to be made of metal. Flipping a page from the book, Luo Feng understood immediately. This is the space of the killing fields, Barbata. Send out a request. I would like 1,000 Star Traveler level 9 warriors as my opponents. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed with a flash of red, licking his lips. I've held back for too long. Time to vent it out a little. After the possession, Luo Feng has been having pangs of bloodthirst and killing intent, egging at his soul for a long time. Luo Feng had been resisting all this time, no problem. Luo Feng, I've set the battlegrounds as the desert, 1,000 opponents using normal energy weapons. What you've chosen is a level 3 weapon, the soaring shuttle, and a level 2 battle uniform set. Barbata said, I've sent the request. As long as it was a weapon within the universe, 99.99% of the time, the killing fields would be able to provide it. The killing fields space began to transform. The initial skies disappeared, the surroundings morphed into a vast desert. Luo Feng stood on the sand, dressed in a blood-red battle uniform. Before him floated the soaring shuttle. At the same time in the distant skies, blurry silhouettes of fighters dressed in white battle uniforms welding different weapons appeared. Kill. Kill him. The majestic fighter army shouted. All of them glared and rushed towards Luo Feng. Luo Feng revealed a smile from within. The soaring shuttle immediately separated into 30 knife blades. Very thin little knife blades. These 30 blades distanced themselves a little and naturally began to form a swordfish structure. At the same time, every one of the blades were glowing with a golden thread. This thread weaved through every single blade, forming an extremely lifelike swordfish. The soaring shuttle's second form, the swordfish formation, the 1,000-strong fighter army rushed in, almost like a dark cloud enveloping pressure, pressing towards Luo Feng. Luo Feng rushed into the sky, heading straight towards the entire group of fighters. Wherever that golden swordfish went, there would be a rain of blood. Yet, The huge fighter army seemed not to care at all about their losses, madly surrounding Luo Feng and attacking. Minutes and seconds passed, none of the fighters retreated, until the last fighter had been pierced into a rain of blood, falling from the sky did the battle end. Drenched in fresh blood, Luo Feng stood on the desert ground, letting out a huge sigh of relief. That's much better. Every day you hold back all that killing intent. As time passes, your inner self and heart will find it harder and harder to resist. Until finally, your entire being will simply go crazy. The entire killing spree you just went on allowed you to vent it out. I'd be surprised if you didn't feel better, Barbata. This is a side effect of the possession. Luo Feng was helpless. The second time, he fought against 10-star level 1 fighters, finally killing 8 of them and dying from his own severe wounds. The third time, Luo Feng directly made Thunder God as his opponent, a star level 1 with a 1-layer domain, using a level 2 energy weapon, level 2 battle armor. The result? Luo Feng was actually killed by Thunder God. Luo Feng knew from this that the only reason he was stronger than Thunder God before was because of his spirit weapon. Giving Thunder God a level 2 energy weapon resulted in his own loss. Their fourth time, Luo Feng put Hong as his opponent. A total of 98 battles. After that, Luo Feng felt a sense of extreme exhaustion, at the same time, a total sense of exhilaration. It felt good. He had never experienced such exhilaration in battles all his life, being able to choose his opponents and customize their strengths. Are you tired now? Barbata looked at Luo Feng, who was lying on the sand. Luo Feng, since you've completed your battles, I'll tell you the most important usage of the killing fields. This place's usage fee is extremely high. Just 1 day requires 3,500 Ganwu dollars. A universe level 1 spirit reader would require 350,000 Ganwu dollars. A domain lord level 1 would require 35 million Ganwu dollars, and a sector lord level 1 spirit reader would require 3.5 billion Ganwu dollars. Do you know why it's so expensive? Why even at this price sector lords still come? Luo Feng was stunned. Sector lords joining a powerful empire, able to receive an entire star field as his territory, able to construct a world of his own. 3.5 billion Ganwu dollars would definitely be affordable, but no one was an idiot. The killing fields definitely had to have a matching reward for it to be able to attract them. You, and even Hong and Thunder God, still don't know the most important aspect of the killing fields. Barbata said proudly as he raised his head. What important aspect? Luo Feng asked anxiously. Everybody knows the first part. That's to be able to choose whatever opponent you want to engage in battle. The second aspect is more important. Barbata's little face revealed a proud smile. You've seen from that metal book before. You know that you can customize your own opponent, right? Yes. Luo Feng nodded. The second aspect is, you can customize an opponent's basic qualities, spirit reading level, consciousness, techniques, weapons, etc., to be exactly the same as you. The only difference is that the opponent's experience is incomparably more vast, extremely more adept at battle. Barbata said, do you understand what I mean?